Hi, I'm here with Georgie Collinson. Well, I say I'm here. I'm in cold winter Melbourne. Georgie is currently in summery Lisbon, Portugal. Look at that glow on you, Georgie. How is summer in Europe?
Oh my gosh, it's been amazing, Rebecca, and I'm hoping I can share some of these summery vibes with everyone here.
Well, yeah, I can almost feel the glow coming through the screen. Tell us what you're doing in Portugal.
I'm here writing my book, actually. So, having an experience after 2 years of lockdown, I was really feeling that craving for more community and connection with people. And I knew I would find those like-minded individuals over here. Well, I had a hunch I would, and it's certainly ended up that way. So, just operating, running my business here, writing my book, and having a wonderful time while I do so.
And you've managed to escape the Melbourne winter to end all winters. It's been pretty cold and grey and pretty sickness laden over here in Melbourne. So it's amazing. That was a pretty good hunch that you followed, a pretty good choice that you made. And can you tell us about your book? Do we have a title, or can you give me a little rundown on what it is you've been working on?
It's still super in the works. So I'm handing in the manuscript at the start of next month, actually, just before I head home. And then we go into the editing process. So the book it's basically a reflection of my work and the anxiety reset method, which I'll be taking everyone through at my presentation in Hobart. But yeah, sharing that in book form so I can just reach more people and help more people.
Well, this, of course, is what you're famous for. You're famous for the Anxiety Reset program. Can you give everyone a little bit on your background? So, you're a naturopath and you specialize in anxiety, and you've created this program. Tell us a bit about your history and how this happened.
Yeah, so essentially, like many of us who have specialized in a particular area, it's because I've had that personal experience myself. And I found that through studying naturopathy, what led me into that was really looking for answers for myself. I was trying to figure out maybe if I can optimize my gut health and my hormones and my nutrition and eat the perfect diet and take care of everything inside my physical body, my mental health will just magically fall into place and life will just fall into place. However, unfortunately, it didn't quite pan out just that way because we need a holistic approach and even beyond our naturopathic understanding. We need to be looking at trauma, we need to be looking at the mind, the beliefs, how we are thinking and how that's influencing our daily lives. And so I'm a hypnotherapist as well and a coach. So I have some other modalities that I work
You've got
with.
quite a few tools in your toolbox.
Exactly, because I found that as I was working as a naturopath, as much as, oh my gosh, gut health and hormones, excuse me, are so important. And of course, we all love dousing ourselves in magnesium. Those things obviously matter. There is so much more that we need to be looking at too. So it's never one or the other. And at the same time, when we only look at the mental stuff and we're just trying to say positive affirmations or just catch our thoughts, but we're not looking at our sleep quality and our nutritional status, we can't leave one out. So I found a way to put it all together in one so that we don't have to go on endless Google searches. Anxiety will have you doing that for sure. And particularly the kind of anxiety I work with is women with high functioning anxiety, because that was very much my experience and something I master in myself and catch in myself even today. So we're talking about the perfectionism. We're talking about putting tons of pressure on yourself, feeling like you've never done enough. You always have to be doing, 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 and feeling guilty for resting, taking a break. And there's a real, I would say, a disconnect. We don't often notice this part, but there's a disconnect from feeling and being in our body, being present in our day to day. And so, what we tend to do is, because we don't want to feel the anxiety, we don't want to feel that uncomfortable sensation, we tend to cut ourselves off from it and try to deal with our emotions in other ways, like emotional eating. We might be online shopping, scrolling on our phones. We might be drinking alcohol sometimes to not feel whatever it is. Often the other way it presents is overworking, working crazy hours. How many times have we heard that story of someone going through a breakup or a divorce, and it's like, the way I'm going to deal with this is just bury my head in work. I don't want to feel
I
it.
think everything you've said over the last few minutes has just described pretty much every professional woman I know. Yeah, I think there's certainly an awful lot that I can relate to there, and all of my girlfriends. And I think it's almost the naturopathic profession we're often a fairly anxious prone mob, I think, because there is so much empathy and so much desire to fix and to help and to learn and to know. So it sounds to me like when you come to speak at the symposium in October, you'll pretty much have your core audience right in front of you. Am I right?
This is why I'm so passionate about it, Rebecca. I really think it's not necessarily just problems that we have as individuals. It is a systemic problem. It is, I see it as a problem with the way our society operates as a whole. It is that idea of, working these crazy hours. And the crazy thing for me too is that the typical work week was set up like the 9 to 5, and it's not even 9 to 5 for most people. It starts at, we're looking, when are we checking our emails? Some
Yeah.
people are checking their
When you
emails
wake
at
up,
midnight.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as soon as you wake up, 6 a.m. kind of thing. And so this idea of work just taking over our lives, it's not sustainable, it's not healthy. And it actually came about when we could send, just send the man off to work and the woman stayed home to run the house in the 50s, right? That kind of idea. But now we have women trying to run the house, be the mother, and have a full-time career at the same time, essentially taking on two full-time jobs, which is just so not sustainable. And so then we see health issues starting to come up, we see anxiety, we see everyone, struggling with their mental health, and it's just pointing to a bigger issue with our society as a whole. But my kind of way of working with that is, how can we take back our personal power? And we absolutely can. We just don't need to fall for what I call the BS of society that I think we see and naturopaths see all through clinic, looking at our patients and wanting to help and wanting to be there for them. What is the one thing that is always the roadblock to getting the results we want? Often we can get so many amazing results, but when we can't, it's stress,
Mm.
it's anxiety, it's
Yes.
that, it's
Yes.
that, well, looks
Mm.
like this has come up because of stress,
Yeah.
whether it is the skin rash, the skin breaking out,
Mm.
the autoimmune flare, the whatever it might be, it's always coming back to those chronic stress issues. And
Yeah.
so this is why I just
You're
love
so
working.
right. You're so right. I've just been thinking, in my head there about many cases that I saw as a practitioner over the years, and many cases I see all around me in real life. And you are 100% right. Stress is the driver. It's the underlying factor. It's at the core of everything. And that's, well, to me, that's never been more applicable than right now, after everything that's happened over the last couple of years, and playing catch up now as well, trying to get kind of claw back that time that we all feel we've lost over the, this extraordinary period we've just lived through. And I can see that, I know that your presentation at our symposium, which is called How to Conquer Your Anxiety and Create Your Dreams, I know that it's going to hit home for a lot of people. I just wanted to focus on the second part of that title for a moment, Create Your Dreams. I mean, that's what you're doing right now, right? You're living a European summer writing a book. That sounds pretty dream-worthy stuff to me. Is that what you're doing? Is this your dream that you've created? What's next for you?
Thanks, Rebecca. Yeah, and I really have to pinch myself all the time at the
I bet.
moment because it is such a dream and my business is making money and I can support myself living over here. I have my computer and a Wi-Fi connection. I see clients. I've figured out a way to structure my business so that I've got lots of space for writing and also space for enjoying my life and actually having incredible experiences that I really felt. I feel I did a pretty good job of managing like living a great life in the confinement and restrictions we had in the last 2 years, but I certainly felt that calling for adventure and new experiences, and certainly there's been a lot of that which has given me so much energy that fuels my work even more, that fuels my writing, that makes me just want to show up and help people
Oh,
even
that's
more.
beautiful. That is wonderful. And I'm so thrilled to hear that, even as I am speaking to you from cold, wintry Melbourne. I'm absolutely thrilled that you've had this experience and that you're going to be helping so many practitioners create dreams of their own. And I'm thrilled for all of us that we get to see you in Hobart in just about 2 months' time. Who are looking at the amazing lineup that we have at the symposium? Who are you most excited to see? What are you looking forward to learning from?
Oh, honestly, I could just hang out with Tammy Guest whenever. Like, I love Tammy so much. In
She's
fact,
always the first one everyone mentions. Yeah, she's pretty
is
amazing.
Tammy? Tammy was the first, Rebecca, to actually open my eyes up when I was a
Mm.
student that there were more ways I could run my business and operate my life. And this idea that we can give and be healers, but also receive at the same time. It's that's classic idea of, we can take that if you keep breathing out, out, out. You have to eventually take a breath in, but so many of us are giving, giving,
Mm.
giving,
Mm.
and we're not breathing in. And that is the natural cycle of life. That's nature. It is give and take. It is the changing
Mm.
of the seasons, and it is breathing in and out, giving and receiving. So how can we create more of this in our lives? And Tammy really opened my eyes to that. So I will forever be so
Mm.
grateful for her. And
Yeah.
obviously I love Leah Heckman too. She's
Mhm.
just a
Mhm.
powerhouse of knowledge. So there'll be two that I'll be certainly keenly watching
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah, you and many others. But, I'm definitely, there's a little part of me that's just waiting to hear what you've got to say about anxiety reset. And I think that it'll be really, like I said, it'll be a big moment for a lot of practitioners and a lot of us who are in that kind of trap of busy. I think it'll be a really important one.
Exactly.
I am going to say, Georgie, time for you to get on with one of your last summer days over there in Portugal. And I look forward very much to seeing you on the stage in Hobart in October at our Women in the New World Symposium. But thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks, Rebecca. I can't wait. I'm so
Okay.
excited.
See you then. Bye, Georgie.
Bye.